InfoScholar, Harrowing Tales. Every year, about 24 hikers go missing on the Appalachian Trail, but the vast majority are found within just a couple of days. That's what makes the peculiar case of Geraldine Largay even more mysterious. Geraldine, or Jerry Largay, 68, was a retired Air Force nurse who had hiked long trails near her home in Tennessee many times. Like other avid hikers, she decided to tackle the challenge of the Appalachian Trail on a hike over the course of 6 months during the summer of 2013. Throughout her entire journey, her husband met up with her at certain points to provide her with encouragement and supplies. But later in her hike, she never showed. Initially, she hiked with a friend, but later continued on alone. She was last seen by fellow hikers on July 22, 2013 at the Poplar Ridge Shelter. Then she disappeared. On July 23, 2013, she apparently became lost, leaving the trail to relieve herself, and was unable to find her way back. Like a woman named Jessie Hoover who vanished in 1983, Jerry was in the area of a 100-square-mile wilderness, a rugged, difficult-to-hike area where it's easy to become disoriented. She had been in constant contact with her husband, George, for the small reunions and resupplies of food and essentials along the way. She was due to meet George on the morning of July the 23rd as he had driven to Route 27 crossing, about a 22-mile hike away from the Poplar Ridge Shelter, but Jerry never showed up to George's surprise. Jerry tried to text her husband after she had become lost on July the 23rd. At about 11 a.m. she wrote, "In some trouble, got off trail to go to BR, now lost." She asked him if he could contact the rangers and maybe they could come to her assistance. She knew she was somewhere north of the woods road. Unfortunately, the text was never really sent because of poor cell service in the area. Geraldine then tried to find higher ground and attempt to send the text 10 more times in the next hour and a half. She eventually decided to camp for the night as her efforts to contact George had failed. The next day, July 24th, she tried to text again with an undelivered message at 4:18 p.m. Lost since yesterday. Off trail 3 or 4 miles. Call police for what to do, please. Jerry had somehow lost her GPS tracker that she purchased before her through hike, sometime on the hike, perhaps leaving in a hotel room, a shelter, or somewhere along the trail. It took over 2 years for Jerry's body to be located, and it seems she had survived in the wilderness for almost a month, 26 days before she sadly died. The location of the body and camp was less than 2 miles from the Appalachian Trail, and the dense forest became open woods with good visibility after that. And another 25 minutes, there was a logging road. The discovery of her camp was caught on camera by a crew filming the Animal Planet reality series Northwoods Law. The body was found on land owned by the U.S. Navy, 3 miles from where she was last seen. Some search parties had come to within 100 miles of her camp, including K-9 units, but they'd failed to locate her. Among the items found at the site was a journal with a final request inside, dated August 6, 2013. "When you find my body, please call my husband George and my daughter Carrie. It will be the greatest kindness for them to know that I am dead and where you have found me. No matter how many years from now, please find it in your heart to mail the contents of this bag to one of them." This is a sad story, but it emphasizes the danger for even experienced hikers who go out into the woods alone. Well, that's it for this story. Thank you for tuning into the InfoScholar channel. Please hit like and subscribe if you like my content, and please leave a comment below, and I do take requests, so if you have a story you'd like me to cover, just let me know. And as always, have a great day.